Most videos comparing two AI video tools will line up the feature lists, call it close, and tell you to try both. This one isn't close, and the reason has almost nothing to do with the features. One of these costs $49 once. The other costs $200 a year, every year, and it reserves the right to change what your money buys without telling you first. Both of those sentences come straight off their own pricing pages. I don't have an account on either one. What I did instead was open both pricing pages on the same afternoon and read the small print nobody reads. Then I went hunting for complaints that weren't posted on the seller's own website. That last part is where this gets interesting. By the end of this, you'll know which of the two is a trap for your workload. You'll also know the one sentence in InVideo's own pricing FAQ that quietly explains most of its angry reviews. So here's the answer up front. Motionvid is for people who already make videos and want motion graphics dropped into them. InVideo is for people who want the whole video generated for them from a prompt. They are barely even competitors. If you want to look at either one, both links are in the description, and yes, those are affiliate links. That's the verdict. The rest of this is why and where each one falls apart. Because both of them sell you something called credits, and on neither platform does that word mean what you'd assume it means. Number one, what these two things actually are. Motionvid is a text-to-motion graphics tool. You describe an animation, and it generates motion graphics, map animations, infographics, and explainer visuals. Its own listing names Adobe Animate as the thing it's replacing. That's a narrow lane, and it matters later. InVideo is a different animal. You give it a prompt and it builds a finished video. Its pricing page advertises access to over 200 models, including Seedance 2.0, VO 3.1, Kling 3, and 11 Labs music. Stock footage from iStock and Storyblocks comes bundled in. The whole brand has been repositioned around AI agents that, in their words, handle the rest. So one hands you a component. The other hands you the finished thing. If you're choosing between these on a feature checklist, you've already made a mistake. They do different jobs. The real question is which job you actually have. Number two, what they actually cost. Motionvid sells 4 one-time licenses. $49 gets you 125 credits a month. $99 gets you 250, $199 gets 500, and $389 gets 1,000. One catch worth knowing before you save money: the $49 tier exports at 1080 only. 4K starts at tier 2. InVideo is a subscription. At the time of recording, on annual billing, Plus is $17 a month. That's $200 up front for 75 credits a month. Max is $85 a month, billed as 1,000 a year. Generative is $170 a month, and Elite runs $900. If you've seen $25 or $28 quoted for Plus elsewhere, that's the monthly billing price. The $17 is what you pay when you commit for a year. Year 1, that's $49 against $200, but the price isn't the interesting part here. The credits are. Number 3, the credit trap, and it runs both ways. Motionvid publishes what things cost. An infographic animation runs 3 credits, a standard video is 10, an image generation is 2. One buyer reported a 5-second video, 1 generation plus 1 edit, at 8.5 credits. Do that arithmetic, and the entry tier's 125 credits comes out around 12 to 15 short animations a month. Not the 25 exports the table advertises. The credits run out well before the export cap does. InVideo's numbers look friendlier and they're doing more work. 75 credits, their page says, is enough for 300 image generations. Notice that's images. Video from a frontier model gets billed at that model's original API pricing, so it burns through the same pot far faster than the image figure suggests. Then there's the sentence I promised you. On InVideo's own pricing page, in the FAQ it reads, "Unused credits don't roll over to the next month." 2 lines up from that, they reserve the right to update credit costs at any time without prior notice. So anyone showing you a table with 125 credits against 75 is comparing two different currencies. Ignore that table, including if I'd made you one. Number 4, where Motionvid wins. 3 things. First, you pay once. There's no renewal date, no annual invoice, and no price rise waiting in month 13. Second, it's narrow, and reviewers keep saying it's genuinely good inside that lane. The pattern across the reviews is consistent. Drop 2 or 3 animations into a video you already made and it delivers. Push it to be a general purpose video generator and it struggles. Third, the refund window is 60 days. Most subscriptions give you 14, if that. So if you want a handful of good motion graphics a month and you never want to see another invoice, this one wins. Number 5, where InVideo wins. Also 3. First, it does the entire job. Script, stock, avatars, voice, frontier models, 1 login. Motionvid cannot produce a finished video at any tier and it doesn't claim to. Second, unlimited exports with no watermark on every paid plan, including the cheapest one. That's rarer than it sounds in this category. Third, it's a large, established operation with team and enterprise tiers behind it. That matters more than it looks, and I'll come back to why. So if what you need is a finished video rather than a graphic to paste into one, this isn't a close call either. Number 6. What users actually report, which is the part the review sites skip. InVideo's ratings are genuinely messy, so let me give you the range rather than the flattering number. Its AI product sat at 4 out of 5 on Trustpilot in March 2026. By late June it had slipped to 3.4. The older studio product sits down at 2.3. You'll also see 4.3 on G2. But at least one reviewer points out those higher scores mostly describe the legacy product, not the AI one. The profiles are muddled together. The complaints themselves are consistent. Images not staying consistent across a video and the same image repeating. The app crashing. Output not matching the prompt. Long waits for support. And one from January 2026 that stuck with me. A user asked for a 1-week extension to spend credits they'd already paid for. They were refused on policy. That's not a bug report. That's the no rollover line working exactly as written. Motionvid's complaints cluster just as tightly, and they're about credits too. 3 separate reviewers between April and June said credits are tight even on the higher tiers. One said prompts were being ignored and old prompts reused, burning credits either way. Several mentioned limited template editing. Worth saying plainly, most of those reviews sit on AppSumo's own storefront, which is the seller's website. So weigh the criticism there more heavily than the praise. There's also a rough Reddit thread about Motionvid, but it's from May 2025, a year before this version launched, so I wouldn't lean on it. Underneath both sets of complaints is the same sentence: the credits ran out faster than I expected. That isn't a coincidence, that's the business model on both sides. Number 7. The word lifetime. Lifetime means the lifetime of the product, not yours. If the company shuts down or gets bought, your access ends with it. AppSumo's protection is that 60-day window, and after it closes there's no recourse. That's not theoretical. One agency owner bought a lifetime deal for $69 in 2022. The company closed about 14 months later, with no replacement and no refund. Now apply that here honestly. Motionvid's own listing says the company was founded in December 2024. It runs on 1 to 10 people and it's bootstrapped. It also sits in AppSumo's Launchpad program, which is for early stage products. That's not an accusation, it's the risk profile of the purchase published by them. But InVideo carries the mirror image of that risk, and I'm not letting it off. It almost certainly won't vanish on you. It has, in writing, reserved the right to reprice your credits whenever it likes, so its cost isn't fixed either. Neither of these is a fixed cost. One could disappear. The other could get more expensive. Decide which of those you'd rather be wrong about. Number 8. So which should you actually buy? If you already make videos and want animations, charts or map graphics dropped into them, a few a month, get Motionvid. Take tier 2 rather than tier 1 if you need 4K, because the cheapest tier caps you at 1080. If you want the finished video generated for you, with stock and avatars and the big models, it's InVideo. The annual plus plan is the honest place to start. And if you publish daily, at volume, be realistic. Neither entry tier survives that. 12 to 15 animations a month runs dry, and 75 credits runs dry faster. Price the tier you'll actually end up on, not the one on the poster. So the short version, these aren't rivals, they're different purchases, and the credit mat decides it rather than the feature list. Both links are down in the description if you want a closer look. Tell me in the comments which one you're weighing up and roughly how many videos a month you make. That second number is the one that decides it, and I'll tell you straight which way I'd go.